Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everyone, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Yes, open your eyes. Let's begin the festival with the auspicious prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuronmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yat kripatam vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna, welcome once again. We're discussing from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, second chapter is titled as the essence of the entire scripture. And basically focuses on we are not the body, we are soul. And Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, he focused so much on this aspect. And today you'll understand the reason why. So much he focused on this that we are not the body, we are spirit, soul. In fact, once what happened is, in one of the foreign countries, so Prabhupada was taken by his disciples for some program. Now the disciples will organize a program and they'll just invite Prabhupada. So Prabhupada will not ask details. So Prabhupada sat in the car and they were going there. When they reached the venue, there was no one except the disciples. That too few, handful of disciples. And then Prabhupada sat on the Vyasasana. And Prabhupada had this formula, koi aaye nahi aaye, katha chalu, kirtan chalu. So he closed his eyes and then he started kirtan. Jai Radha Madhav Kunja Bihari. And after the kirtan was over, when he opened his eyes, he saw there were many people over there and all of them, they were nude. No clothes on the body. That was a nudie movement that was going on at that place. And Prabhupada is such an amazing personality. He uses every moment and every activity, every incident to prove and set up some philosophical understanding there. And Prabhupada said, very nice. You have given up the external covering. But let me tell you something. This body is also external covering. You should give up that also because you're not the body, you're spirit soul. And guess what? The audience were very happy. Oh, this is a very nice thing. Oh, there's another cloth also which you have to remove. So in this way, Srila Prabhupada brought this very, very intense philosophy which was hidden only in those groups of people who were reading Shastra to anyone and everyone like all of us. And in this month of December, devotees all around the world will be on the streets. From yesterday we started, 1st of December we started. And you will see many, many ISKCON volunteers on the street distributing Bhagavad Gitas. And in Western countries, it's the Christmas time that is there. So people are in the mood to spend. And since we are also influenced by the Western countries, we are also in the mood to spend. Indians I'm talking about. So book distribution goes on very well. And this year, ISKCON Whitefield has taken, what should I say, pledge of distributing 20,000 Bhagavad Gitas. Hari Bol mein aap log ka bhi, we want some participation where you should also go around and distribute books. Maybe at the end, remind me, we'll discuss about book distribution. And as I already said, so this was a couple of years back when the statistics was given, ISKCON had already distributed 50 crore plus Bhagavad Gitas. And I'm sure every year it multiplies, it adds up more and more and more. Yesterday I was on the street in Panatur. And there was traffic. And then I was showing everyone Bhagavad Gita. Some people are like, nahi chahiye. And then, now the traffic was about to start. And then one person, he looked at me and I said, please, le lo ek book. And then he showed interest. Abhi sab cars move hone lag gaya. I said, okay, please come on the side and you can take the book. I thought he'll just go, he'll not care for me. But then he came. He stood there and then he took the Gita. And then I told him, thank you very much. It's so nice of you. You came all the way from the other side of the road to this side without caring for the traffic and traffic signal and all that. You know what he said? Actually, I was waiting for this book. So when I saw this book, and I was attracted to that, and so I waited. Can you imagine? So many people are waiting but we are not taking the book to them. Prabhupada took the book from here to West. We have to take the book from this place out on the street. That's it, down. And literally many people are waiting like that. And today's topic is very important, attitude of comparison. How many of you are troubled by this attitude of comparison? You compare yourself with someone else and you feel miserable in life. All of you. And today we will learn various ways to come out of it. And more importantly, what is the disease of comparison? Let's try to understand that. That's how we'll begin the session today. Come forward. Thank you. So the volunteers see the attendance. No, I tell them, don't see attendance after 6:20. जो आया वो actually आया. बाकी जो आया वो आया प्रसाद के लिए. So very happy. 6:20 we have good number of devotees. There was a Kali worshipper and he pleased Mata Kali and she was very pleased. And then she manifested in front of him and said, "Batao kya chahiye?" And then at that time he said that, look at his benediction also. I'll ask whatever I want, you please bless me with that. And I'll ask later. उसका प्लान था हर दिन कुछ ना कुछ मांगेगा. And then she said तथास्तु and he was so ecstatic. वो बेचारी बाद में कुछ बोली है सुना नहीं. And what she said was, you will surely get, but whatever you will ask, double of that your neighbor will get. सुना नहीं. And then next day he prayed, Mata, please bless me. Please bless me, with this. He had a lottery ticket. Please bless me with a good amount of money. And he got X amount. And then his neighbor is also ecstatic. He got 2x amount. Now this person's wife was pregnant. He was praying that please bless me with a very nice child. And then one day, yes, the child was born. He was ecstatic. Twins were born in the neighbor's family. He got one car. They got one car, ek pe ek free. Another car also they got. Like this he was observing. अरे मैं देख रहा हूँ, मैं जो भी ले रहा हूँ, जो भी मांग रहा हूँ, उसका डबल उसको मिल रहा है. You know what he prayed? Mata, please. ये मेरा prayer नहीं, उसका prayer था. Please burst one of my eye. फूट गया उसका एक आँख. And guess what? The neighbor, both the eyes got bursted. And this person, Jai, I did it! See, this is such a pathetic disease, I tell you. You harm your body and you're happy when the other's body is harmed. Some activity, I'll just tell you all. You can analyze and tell me. Now see, after the class, I'll give you everyone one envelope. And I'll tell you, इधर नहीं खोलना, अपने PG में जाके खोलना, अपने room पे जाके खोलना. And then you all are friends, and then you stay in close by PGs, and then you go, and then ekdam, with a lot of honesty, you didn't open here, you went to your PG, your room, and you opened. And then one of you opened and then 500 rupees note, and you're very happy. वाह, क्लास में जाने से 500 रुपए का नोट मिल रहा है आजकल. कुछ मिलने वाला है नहीं, ये एग्जाम्पल है. ज़्यादा खुश मत. And then you call up your friend in the other PG and you call him up and you're very happy. Hey, you know what? Kartikeya gave me 500 rupees. And the other friend says, एक ही नोट है क्या तेरे पास? And then you're like, क्यों? मुझे तो 2 मिला. I got 1,000 rupees. Now tell me the happiness that you had of getting that 500, will that remain? This is called a disease of comparison. We cannot appreciate whatever we have when we have this disease. Therefore, I always say the disease of comparison is like comparing apple with tomato. Hey, बताइए इसमें comparison क्या है? दोनों लाल है, इसका थोड़ी compare करें. Now, tomato is a vegetable and apple is a fruit. Where is the question of comparison? There is no comparison at all. But still, when we compare ourselves with others, that is like comparing apple and tomato. Now, many times it happens, no? That we start comparing ourselves, saying, oh, Mano, that friend of mine, that colleague of mine is earning so nicely, he switched his company and his package increased by 110%. And he feels so miserable. Recently, one boy had come and was talking to me, and he said that I'm feeling very miserable. I said, what happened? All my friends who are there, my batchmates in the college, they all are earning X amount and mine is just X by 3. And that X by 3 is also good amount. जब उसने मैंने पूछा क्या X by 3 equal to? A good amount. But then he is miserable. Miserable. And sometimes, in the youth, आगे चलकर तो उतना नहीं होता, लेकिन youth में, शादी के पहले, looks becomes very important. I'm thinking, काश मेरा भी वैसा looks होता. तो अलग अलग beard style ऐसे, फिर ऐसे, सब निकाल के किधर रहेगा कुछ. और आजकल तो ऐसे ऐसे होता है किधर. And then the hair and I'm sure you all know it better. Now it's all about comparison. We see that person, oh, he has got such a nice looks, and since he has a nice looks, he has someone special with him. मेरे पास नहीं है. And sometimes, people, they are really pressed by a lot of things. At least nowadays, we see that. When someone is very fat, obese, that person is he is put down completely. देखो, उसके तो 6-pack है, मेरा तो family pack है. So the person, he sees and he tries so much to come out of it. Some people who are dark complexion, so they want to become fair. And the ones who are very fair, they go naked on the beach to get tanned. क्या चल क्या रहा है दुनिया में? What's going on? And the ones who have curly hair want to straighten it, and the ones who have straight hair wants to curly it. This is what is happening. This is called as comparison, the disease of comparison. See, one thing is very clear. In this world, every person is unique. ये तो सुना ही होगा आप लोगों ने. लेकिन why I'm saying this, because I want answer from you all now. Why every person is unique? Give me a Gita answer. Don't give me a layman's answer. Tell me. Very nice. Very wonderful. Yes. Next session we'll be discussing about gunas. That will also come. Karma is the point. See, all of us, everyone sitting here, we all have an invisible bag. And this bag has got different substance. किसी का 1 किलो का है, किसी का 2 किलो, किसी का 100 किलो. Everyone has a bag, invisible bag. And based on that, the contents of the bag, it is decided who will be getting what. Very clearly in Shastra it is said, Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Shri. 4 aspects which are there based on karma. Janma, high birth. What does that mean? Taking birth in a good family, aristocratic, rich, merchant family. Janma, Aishwarya, lot of wealth. Shri, beauty. Naturally, there are people who look very beautiful, very handsome. And Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta. Shruta means education. You will see that there will be people, मतलब एक बार पढ़ लिया तो बस lifetime के लिए याद हो गया. और यहाँ मैं बैठ के 100 बार पढ़ रहा हूँ, दिमाग घुस ही नहीं रहा है. Did you all have that experience, with either yourself, with your friends or whatever? Why that happens? Karma. मतलब वो system जो मिला है ना, ये जो system, जो body मिला है. In our level 2 Gita, level 2 sessions we will see, there's a session called Karma in Depth. There we're going to see elaborately what is Prarabdha Karma, Aprarabdha Karma and all that. So Prarabdha Karma means that which is already sanctioned in this life. So that Prarabdha Karma decides body. And this body you cannot change. फिर भी लोग ट्राई करते हैं प्लास्टिक सर्जरी दिस एंड दैट बट दे आर नॉट वेरी सक्सेसफुल. कर पाएंगे थोड़ा बहुत यहाँ वहाँ, बट दे विल नॉट बी हैप्पी विद दैट फॉर श्योर. So in this way, the point is, every one of us, we have got a different baggage, and because of the different baggage that we have got, all of us are unique. All of us are different. Even twins are unique. They might be twins, but they're unique in their behavior. In various ways, they're unique. So now, this is all disease of comparison, and we all are troubled by that. So what is the antidote for the disease of comparison? So today, what we're going to do is, we'll be discussing only one shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the solution for this disease. Yes, please repeat. दिख रहा है ना? स्वधर्माचरणं शक्त्या विधर्माच निवर्तनम् दैवाल्लब्धेन संतोष आत्मविचरणार्चनम्. So now there are 4 lines to it, and we'll be having antidotes from these different lines only. First one, Swadharma Acharanam. One should work according to one's nature. Second, Swadharma Charanam Shaktya. One should work up to one's capacity, full capacity, 100%. Vidharmacha Nivartanam. Don't aspire for others' work. Don't copy others. Daiva Labdhena Santosha Atmavik Charanarchanam. Work is meant for satisfaction of the mind, and be satisfied with whatever results you get. Kitna simple hai na? So simple. But it's not that easy to implement. So let's begin one by one, and we'll discuss these 5 points today. That is what is our entire presentation. Work according to one's nature and capacity. Nowadays we have this job dissatisfaction. मैं पूछूंगा नहीं किस कौन से dissatisfied है. जले पे नमक नहीं डालना मुझे. So job dissatisfaction. Many times, people have this job dissatisfaction. They don't understand, why am I doing what I'm doing. But since everyone is doing, I'll also do. That's how it happens. Sometimes people say this after finishing their engineering, working in IT in Bangalore. I'm searching for that person who told me to choose this branch of engineering. वो मिल जाए बस. You see, many of the times, this happens. We just flow with the flow. Many times. Because maybe parents were not having that much of knowledge of, this entire education, this and that. We looked at friends here and there, and then just... I remember when I was in 10th standard, I heard JEE. And then, मुझे कुछ भी पता नहीं, ना उसका head पता है, ना tail. And they just said, मैंने तो पूछा भी नहीं, what's the full form of that or whatever. My friend said, my friend's friend who had come when we were doing combined studies, he had come. I'm going to do JEE. I'm like, what is that? I never heard that. And then he explained. You know how the explanation was? जो भी JEE करता है, वो बहुत अच्छा कमाता है. Is it? And naturally, from a person from middle class family, you know, oh, is it? Oh, very nice. And that was the day when I also decided, I'll also prepare for JEE. See, that's how the flow with the flow. But one thing is there, that the thing that was prevalent in the Vedic culture, in the Vedic civilization of education, is not there now. In the Vedic culture, in the Vedic civilization, how the guru would give education? He would first analyze what is the nature of the boy. Is he a Brahmana category? Is he a Kshatriya category? Is he a Vaishya category? Is he a Shudra category? And accordingly, he'll give the education. Now, with time, unfortunately, these 4 categories which are based on nature and work got transformed and deteriorated to caste system. But it is always based on nature. You know what do you mean by Brahmana? Brahmana means one who works intellectual. Brahmana. Kshatriya means administrator, fighter. Vaishya means business class. Now, you cannot attend few seminars and become a businessman. Am I correct? Yes. To become a businessman, you should take birth in Gujarat. Naturally, I've seen Gujaratis and Marwadis. They have natural blood mein business. Means they're natural. And even some other classes in North India I've seen. Yes. Naturally, they have that. And Shudra means employees. the one who work for others, other three, the upper three classes which are there. Now you tell me, the training that is given now, currently, oh by the way, now these four classes which are there, just analyze. Do this exist everywhere on the planet? Yes. So a caste system kaise hua fir? Krishna very clearly, is telling in Bhagavad Gita. Please repeat. Chaturvarnyam maya shrishtham guna karma vibhagashah tasya kartaram api mam vidya kartaram avyayam. Someone read the translation.
According to the three laws of material nature and the work associated with them, the four divisions of human society are created by me. And although I am the creator of this system, you should know that I am yet the non-doer, being unchanged.
So here see what Krishna is saying. I created these four classes. I created these four classes, and you know what? These four classes are all important. Brahmana is compared to the head. Kshatriyas are compared to arms. Vaishyas are compared to belly. And Shudras are compared to legs. Now if I tell you, today if I give you option, batao kya katu? Tell me what should I cut? Head? I'm talking about yours, not mine. Should I cut your head? Should I cut your hands? Should I cut your belly? Should I cut your legs? क्या बोलोगे आप? प्रभुजी आप जो काटना है काट लीजिए, आप तो हमारे गुरु हैं. Is it? कुछ नहीं, right? He'll be a mad person who will do that. Because all of them is important. All of them are important. So Krishna is saying that I've created these four systems, these four classes of people, and these four classes are important to run the entire society. But unfortunately, what has happened is, these four classes, maybe nature-wise, we might be there in either of the four classes, but everyone is trying to do the same work. Look at this. Please repeat. Who are these four classes? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudranam cha parantapa, Karmani prabhibhaktani, Svabhava prabhavair gunai. Someone read translation.
Brahmans, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras are distinguished by the qualities born of their own natures in accordance with the material mode, so chastity of the enemy.
So Krishna is saying, who are these four what are these four classes? Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras. Now if someone wants to get their job description of all four classes, Krishna is giving that also in 18th chapter. Look at this. He talks about Brahmanas in the 42nd shloka of 18th chapter. ये caste system बिल्कुल हो ही नहीं सकता है. You see? Unfortunately, since the knowledge which people had is degraded, since people are degraded, then people form this, नहीं मैं तो इस जात का हूँ, तू तो इस जात का है. And there was one point where these so-called Brahmana category of people, they exploited the Shudra category of people. In fact, ऐसे हो गया था एक टाइम पे कि suppose a person belongs to Shudra class, he has to loudly announce, I am going to walk on this street. And you know what the Brahmanas people do? They'll close all the windows and doors and everything. इस हद तक आ गया था. But this is never supported in Shastra. Never. And therefore, the modern, current day people, they hate Vedic civilization sometimes, saying, Arey, Vedic civilization has given up to this caste system and all that. Vedic system never had caste system. Never. ये तो modern है. This Kali-Yug system बोल सकते हैं इसे, caste system. See, these are the qualities of a Brahmana. When anyone says, no, I belong to Brahmana category, मैं Brahman हूँ. I was giving class in Sarjapur Center. And then there a person came and said, हम तो Brahman हैं. मैं बोला अच्छा बेटा. मैं बताता हूँ तुझे Brahman क्या है. Then I started speaking all this. See, these are the qualities of a Brahmana. What are those? Peacefulness, self-control. Naturally, Brahmana self-control, austerity. It's very natural for them to do austerity. Maintaining purity, internal, external, very natural. Tolerance, honesty. Once what happened is, a boy came to the Guru and he said that he was a son of a prostitute. Now this Guru, I forgot the name of the Guru. So this Guru said, go to your mother and ask who is your father. Then I'll give you admission. This was a test for that boy. Now that boy went to his mother who was a prostitute and he asked, Mummy, kaun hai papa? Ay, mummy ko pata nahi. She said, I don't know. And then he went and then the Guru asked, so who is your father? And then he said, my mother said, I don't know. So I also don't know. Then Guru gave him admission in the school, in the Gurukul, saying you are actually a Brahmana category. Why? You're honest. You're truthful. This is the quality of a Brahmana, honest. Knowledge, wisdom and religiousness. Because they are involved in Shastric study and they are the ones who work on the intellectual platform. So this is what happens. This is what is the nature of a Brahmana and their work. What about Kshatriyas? Heroism. They are the ones who are heroic. Power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle. Again in another class, I said, कौन-कौन Kshatriya category के है यहाँ? मैं Kshatriya हूँ. Then I just said, अभी अगर तुम्हें border पे खड़ा किया, चड्डी गीली नहीं हो जाएगी? If the war is going on, the bombs are thrown from the other side. Yes, it's not easy. It's not easy. One of the celebrities, there was some historic movie, that was getting directed. I don't know which movie that was. I just read that article, heard that article. So the celebrity, ज़्यादा शाना बन रहा था वो, and he was saying that if I have to act in the position of this particular king, I want his original armor. Then he was taken to the museum. बहुत ऐसे, the director, the producer, they said, ये बहुत भाव खा रहा है, इसको थोड़ा दिखा दो. And you know what? He went there, and this so-called Kshatriya celebrity, he couldn't lift. पहनना दूर की बात, he couldn't lift. This Shivaji Maharaj's sword, armor, and all that, you cannot lift. You cannot. They were Kshatriyas, ekdam. And we are what? We are breathing polluted air. The entire body has become khatara. I think if IT professionals go to lift that sword, सबसे पहले तो back pain आ जाएगा. This is what is the thing. So Kshatriyas are different. You know what? Many times people ask, Yudhishthira Maharaj ने क्यों वो जुआ खेला? Why the dice game was played by Yudhishthira Maharaj? How many of you have this question? Raise your hands. थोड़ा ब्राह्मण बनो, अभी हाथ उठाइए. Be truthful. Okay. See, since they are Kshatriyas, when there is a challenge that is given, they cannot say no to that challenge. So Kshatriyas cannot say no to the challenge. So Jaise Yudhishthira Maharaj, and these people, the Shakuni Mama and Duryodhan and all of them knew very well, Kshatriyas will not reject. So they said, let's play a dice game. And being a Kshatriya, Yudhishthira cannot reject. He cannot. Yes. And similarly, when some person comes who is weak, and that weak person takes shelter of a Kshatriya, Kshatriya has to give shelter. That's how any female would come and propose the Kshatriya. If that Kshatriya has not taken a vow, like Lord Ram, then a Kshatriya has to marry that queen. That's how Krishna had to marry 16,100 queens. Because all of them were captured. In Deepavali session we discussed how Narakasur captured all of them and kept in the palace. And Krishna killed Narakasur, and then when he opened the palace, all the females, they proposed Krishna. अभी तो हमसे कौन शादी करेगा? आप ही हमसे शादी कीजिए. And Krishna had to marry all of them. See? So the Kshatriyas are heroic. They have that power, they have that resourcefulness, and they have courage in the battle. भले मर जाए, लेकिन मरेंगे रणभूमि पर. I will not die at home. In fact, there was one case. This was Rajput king. Hmm? So he went out from the house, from his palace. His queens and all did his arti and all that. And then the message came, from the other side that this kingdom has lost the war. And all the queens had closed their doors and all that. But that king was alive. He came back. And then he's shouting, I have come back, open the door, I have come back. And you know what the queen said? That the principal queen, she said that you cannot be my husband because my husband is a king. And since my husband has lost the war, I assume that he's dead on the battlefield. He will not come like that. She didn't open the door. She didn't open the door. इसको कहते हैं क्षत्रिय. अभी मैं क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछूंगा कौन कौन क्षत्रिय बैठा है. And now the next sloka, 44th sloka, Krishna is describing about who are Vaishya. What is the work of Vaishyas and Shudras? Vaishyas means farming, cow protection and business. These are the three things that the business class people will normally do. And Shudras are the work who are laborers, who will work for the higher three classes. Yes? Now tell me, every individual who takes admission in the school is given what training? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. हाँ जोर से बोलिए थोड़ा. हाँ शूद्र ट्रेनिंग. यस यही तो चल रहा है. नो ऑल द पेरेंट्स वुड सेंड द किड्स टू स्कूल. देखो 3 लाख रुपए भेजकर मैं तुम्हें स्कूल भेज रही हूं. अच्छा शूद्रा बन के आना. That's what it is. That's how it is. Slaves of MNC. What to do? So in this way, we see that one has to work based on one's nature. And you know what? There's no wrong, to be in either of the 4 classes. Shudras were respected. Brahmanas were respected because it's the part of society. So there's nothing wrong in that. But now what is happening, why people are getting job dissatisfaction is because the profession has become the status symbol. अरे तू तो ये कर रहा है. छी. My friend's son, look at him, what he is doing. He's in US, he's working like that. You still in Bangalore? Sometimes parents also go mad comparing, So one has to work based on one's nature. But unfortunately, that setup is not there. That support system is not there, where people are encouraged to work according to their nature. I'm sure many times you might have seen, or you might be that person in the office who's struggling to do simple task. Simple task है. बाकी लोग फटाक से finish कर देते हैं, but now this person is struggling so much. And then he has a goal also. The day when I'll become manager, अरे भाई तू ये कर नहीं पा रहा manager, तो manager बनेगा. You see, this is what is happening. I remember one of my students was coming to these classes, I think a couple of years back, before COVID. He was in New Horizon College, engineering college. He was in final year engineering. Placement चल रहा था. And then he comes and he says, प्रभुजी मुझे literature में कुछ करना है. मैं बोला स्क्रू ढीला है वो या क्या? You're engineering final year placement चल रहा है, you have to take placement, start working. नहीं प्रभुजी literature में करना है. तो पहले क्यों नहीं किया फिर? ओ पापा मैंने force करके भेज दिया. See? Inclination is there somewhere, but now since money is spent, now he has to get into this rat race. So in this way, since the nature is not considered, and since people don't work according to their nature, so what happens is they cannot be satisfied. Therefore, job dissatisfaction is there. This is called as answer from Shastra. Dekh rahe hain? Now when you go to some person, some career counselor or whatever, I've got job dissatisfaction. They'll say, give your 100%. What do you like? Do it. अरे भाई नहीं कर पा रहा हूं मैं. समझ नहीं आ रहा तुझे, मैं नहीं कर पा रहा हूं. But when it comes to Vedic scriptures, very clear. भाई तू बता कौन सी कैटेगरी का, पहले बता. ब्राह्मण, क्षत्रिय, वैश्य, शूद्र. Therefore, we have to analyze ourselves and then choose and then work accordingly. This is the first thing, first antidote. Second, work up to your maximum capacity. Now, there are some people, who just because of comparison, They see, oh, that person is able to do. Why I am not able to do? They're crazy people. Why I am not able to do? And they'll slog like anything, like donkeys. Now the other people, other category of people, he's able to do, no, why should I do? They're lazy people. Now the other two categories, there's something called as inferiority. Pehla two, it's okay. This one, inferiority complex. I cannot do. मैं कुछ नहीं कर पाऊंगा लाइफ में. I cannot do anything. I'm a gone case. सब कर पा रहे मेरे आजू बाजू, सब लोग कर पा रहे, बच्चा भी कर रहा है देखो. बच्चा भी कर रहा है, मैं नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ देखो. You know, such people get into that's the inferiority complex that is there, and along with that, the thing that comes into picture is the mental disease of depression, lack of confidence. नहीं कर पाते. And then there is superiority complex. मेरे सामने कोई नहीं. No one can stand in front of me. No one can stand in front of me. There is superiority complex. इतना pride, lack of confidence, overconfidence, and lack of friends. Such people will not have friends. Now see, in all these different cases you see, one thing you have to understand is each one of us, we have a different 100% capacity. You understand what I said? Each one of us, we have a different 100% capacity. So when I say that you give your 100%, but your 100% will be different than his 100%, for sure. That's how it will be. Because all of us, we have a different khatara gadi. Yes. Different machine we have. And her machine ka, alag, what do you say? The different parameters, which are there. There's different make of the system. Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, again this machine is not my make, this is not my word. Krishna is saying this. 18th chapter, Shloka 61, Krishna is saying, Ishvara sarva bhutanam riddhesha arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra rudhani maya. Krishna is saying that, oh Arjuna, I am there, situated in each and everyone's heart. I am the one who is giving directions to all these different machines. Yantra, Krishna says. Machine. It's a machine. That's how you see जब 2-3 screw ढीले हो जाते हैं तो कैसे होता है? Yes, people go crazy, people go mad. And जैसे जैसे will become old, the machine will start deteriorating. Then you need to replace some parts. Yes, some parts you have to replace. That's what happens. Therefore, we all have got a certain machine, and every machine has got its own capacity, and it has to work according to its capacity. Simple. Give 100%. Give your 100%. 2 antidotes we have discussed till now. First, identify your nature, work according to your nature. Second, work according to your capacity. Third one is, don't aspire to do others' duty. ये देखिए छोटा बच्चा कैसे देख रहा है, इतना बड़ा उठाया, मैं तो छोटा उठाया हूँ. Now there is no question of copying someone. There is no question of doing what others are doing. And Krishna also is telling this again and again. In Bhagavad Gita he has told once, and again other scriptures, again it's repeated. Please repeat. Shreyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharmat swanushtita Swadharme nidhanam shreyaha paradharmo bhayavaha. Read translation.
Even though then another's duty is perfect. Distraction in the course of performing one's own duty is better than engaging in another's duty. For to follow another's path is dangerous.
Now, this is a very important thing to note, that we shouldn't be aspiring to do others' activity, others' duty. Nowadays, this is what is happening, copy. Bas copy karna hai. That person does, I'll also copy that person. Some hilarious examples are like becoming a YouTuber. आप देखे होंगे. Nowadays, everyone wants to become a YouTuber. And sometimes people they make their channel and then they take videos, they put वही चार subscribers घर वाले होंगे, चार They are the ones who are watching और खुद ही like करता होगा उसको. There's so many channels like that you'll find. So many. So now you tell me that, okay, understood, there are people who are blessed, their karma, by their karma they are blessed, they have that punya. So, whatever they speak and whatever they're doing, people are liking it and they're magnetic naturally, they're attracting. So they are the ones, who have a lot of subscribers, this and that, they're earning money through that. And now, there are so many people, this is not something that you have to do. No, I also want to become famous. कहाँ बनेगा famous? घर पे? So one thing, it has to be very clear. It has to be very clear. Now some person who is struggling, to speak, and he's saying, I want to become the best orator. You can, but then you have to struggle for it. Now, I don't know when you'll become, but then you have to struggle a lot. A boy had come for counseling and then he was saying, मैं MBA करना चाहता हूँ. And then, I was just talking. Many times I've got this. So one of the case I'm just describing, which happened a couple of months or years back. So, introvert fellow, and then he's like, I want to do MBA. I'm like, why you want to do MBA? नहीं वो इधर पैकेज कम है अभी तो थोड़ा MBA करके मैनेजर बनूंगा तो पैकेज ज्यादा होगा. बोला तू कुछ बोल ही नहीं पाता इधर मेरे सामने खड़ा होके what will you speak there? Just think about it. Means you want to do a managerial role where you're planning to handle people under you, and you're struggling to handle your own self and stand in front and give a presentation, and what will you do? You all have to think about it. Very, very important thing. We cannot just flow with the flow. It will be very difficult. Another very important thing which one of my friends shared, from one of the IITs, I'll not name which IIT. So during his time, one of his batchmate or something like that, what happened is, he went really mad. जो भी सामने मिलता था उसको पीटने लग जाता था ऐसे ही. He'll shout, yell, start beating people. And what had happened was, he went into a different thing altogether, because he wanted to do something in philosophy and his parents put him in mathematics. So just that thing, and this person went crazy, completely crazy. To such an extent, I was hearing that he was in final year when this entire thing started. Parents had to stay with that boy in the boys' hostel. Can you imagine? Mummy, Papa आपके साथ hostel में रुके. Parents had to stay in that hostel just so that he could complete this course. इतना पागलपन हो गया था. Mad, completely mad. We cannot copy people in this world. When we copy, our life will be miserable. This is the point. Therefore, we have to analyze our nature and our capacity and work accordingly, and not try to copy the others. So these are three antidotes that we've discussed. Work according to your maximum capacity, and don't copy others, or don't aspire to do others' duty or work. Now, many times when we are doing various different things in our life, we will be eager to impress people around. Like for example, the clothes that people wear, the hairstyle that people keep, and the way they behave, their accent. I've seen many devotees who go to West. उनका एक्सेंट चेंज नहीं होता है, वो आते सेम ही बोलते हैं. बट जो भक्ति नहीं कर रहा है वो जाता है और आते ही अरे कुछ बोलना समझ लायक बोल तो कुछ. You see, means people, you have to analyze for yourself that what is happening in this world. People just want to impress other people around, and full life just goes in that impressing only. अभी देखिए in social media, what is happening in the social media? भी आजकल Instagram का ज़माना है. You do whatever. First thing that people do is take a selfie, put it on the. I don't know how it works, but I assume it will be same like Facebook and Orkut and whatever. Yes, you put it on your page, and then people will like and whatever. Now you're sitting in a restaurant, and then you click a selfie with the dishes which are there, are delicious. तू खा ना बैठ के डिलीशियस है, तो खा तो खा क्यों रे, फोटो निकाल रहा है? And many of the times I have seen, when I'm there in the temple hall weekdays में, weekend में तो ज़्यादा opportunities होता नहीं है. Weekdays I have seen people coming in the evening and they click selfie, with the Lord, and then post it. And I'm feeling devotional. अरे क्या मस्त भक्ति है तेरी तो एकदम, क्या बात. And then other foolish people who are there, they will say, अरे तू तो साधु बन गया है, आजकल मंदिर जाने लग गया है तू. वाह वाह, साधु सेल्फी क्लिक करके उसमें डालेगा सोशल मीडिया पे, है. You see what is happening around. People just want to impress by whatever activities. अभी इसका लॉजिक मुझे आज तक समझा नहीं है, आप लोग मुझे एक्सप्लेन कीजिए. अभी ठंड का मौसम है ना. आई हैव सीन बॉयज चड्डी पहने, ठीक है, एंड ऊपर एकदम वो थिक वाला जैकेट पहना है, ठंड लग रही है. नीचे ठंड नहीं लग रही तेरे को, नीचे ठंड नहीं लग रही, चड्डी पहना है तूने और ऊपर बाइक चला रहा है. व्हाट इज इट? व्हाट इज दिस ऑल अबाउट? माय गॉड, व्हाट इज ऑल अबाउट? Therefore, one question which I have for everyone sitting here, ठीक है, I have an aspiration that I want to impress people around me. Can you impress all the people around you? To the full extent? Or can you impress at least one person to the full extent? Nahi possible. Not possible. But still, everyone in this world is trying to do that. Everyone. Yesterday, I was coming from Belandur area. तो माराथली में बहुत ज़्यादा ट्रैफिक था, तो आई वाज जस्ट सीइंग डिफरेंट बिल्डिंग्स. तो उसके ऊपर लिखा था हेयर ट्रांसप्लांट. तो आई वाज जस्ट ऑब्जर्विंग दैट. तो ऐसे एक गंजा आदमी है, एंड देन ऐसे गंजा आदमी है, एंड देन ही हैज गॉट हेयर ट्रांसप्लांट डन, एंड देन बिफोर आफ्टर. नाउ टेल मी वन थिंग, व्हाई इज इट सो इम्पोर्टेंट टू गेट द हेयर ट्रांसप्लांट डन? व्हाट इज सो इम्पोर्टेंट? एंड समटाइम्स आई हैव सीन दैट इधर बाल बिल्कुल नहीं है, इधर, ठीक है, इधर बाल है, तो बाल ग्रो करके उसको ऐसे करके ऐसे चिपका लेते हैं ऐसे. व्हाई? व्हाट इज द नीड? हमें देखिए, हम तो है बाल तो निकालते रहते हैं. आई एम फेड अप विद द हेयर सो मेनी टाइम्स टू कीप शेविंग. यू सी, व्हाट इज द नीड? व्हाट इज द नीड ऑफ दिस हेयर ट्रांसप्लांट दैट इज देयर? What is the need of having cosmetic surgery so that your nose become thin, or your cheeks go up and your eyes go? I don't know. What is the need? Only thing that people want to do is impress others. अरे but नहीं हो सकता है, कितने लोग को impress करेंगे? नहीं हो सकता है, not possible. I was traveling in Mumbai, I think from, I was working already, no, I was in my college days at that time. I was coming back from the college, local train mein. And that day I was just contemplating on some subjects, and one of them was this, impressing. And then I saw a beggar, he entered the coach, and then भीख मांगा इधर से लेके उधर तक, फिर बीच में खड़ा हुआ waiting for next station to get down, and I was observing him. You know what he did? उसने अपना मोबाइल निकाला, बंदे ने सेल्फी खींचा. I started wondering, selfie? Beggar clicking selfie? That day I wrote an article called Selfie with Self. You can find on internet. Speaking tree में वगैरह था कहीं. You can find it. Long time back I read. So there I had this question. कि what are people trying to do in their day-to-day life? What is that point? Impress नहीं कर सकते सबको. Even one person we cannot impress properly. Then what are we trying to do? What are we trying to do? Therefore, it's a very, very important thing to note that there is no question of impressing others, because the work that we are doing is not for impressing others, but work that we are doing is for satisfaction of the mind. भले चलो आपने किसी को इम्प्रेस भी कर दिया, चलो हाइपोथेटिकल सिचुएशन, नहीं हो सकता लेकिन फिर भी कह रहा हूं, इम्प्रेस कर दिया. अभी बताओ मुझे 10 साल बाद when you go and tell, पता है मैंने तेरे लिए ये किया था, याद रहेगा उन लोग को? एक हफ्ते पहले क्या क्या था लोगों को याद नहीं रहता है. If I ask you what did you eat 2 days back in the breakfast, सोचना पड़ेगा ना, सोच रहे ना आप लोग, मत सोचिए, नहीं चाहिए. That is what is our memory. Forgetfulness is natural for a Kali Yuga entity. So even if you try to impress others, even if they're impressed, they will not going to remember why you're trying also. But there is a hope, There is someone who values and remembers all our services. And it is our Lord. Let me take you all to Treta Yuga. In Treta Yuga, when Lord Ramachandra, when Sita Maya got kidnapped by Ravan, at that time, Lord Ram and the entire Vanar Sena, they did that building the pool. I felt very fortunate. I was in Rameshwaram a week back, and we were there on that place where that pool, I think we were there on the pool itself, a long distance. I saw some floating stones also. So when this entire thing was happening, it all began, it all started. So there were monkeys, chutku monkeys, they're getting small stones and they were putting in the ocean. They were butku monkeys, big monkeys, and they were getting big stones and they're putting. And there were giant monkeys like Hanuman, they were getting mountains and they were putting inside. And there were some squirrels also. There's some squirrels. Now the squirrels, they would carry small pebbles in there. Bichari kya uthayegi? Small pebbles, and then, abhi kuch to seva karna hai, then she'll go and put it. And some places I've also heard that they will go and wet themselves in the water, roll on the sand, and then go on the pool, and pura jhatak de dete, and then all that sand is there, on the pool. That was their service. Now, what happened is during this entire thing, ekdam intense tha. We cannot imagine how that pool building started and how it happened. Very intense. Every monkey was involved in that building of the pool. And everyone was getting stones and they were putting, and then the people were there to line it up and all that. And in that course of building the pool, Hanuman got a big boulder. Huge. And at that time, squirrel also came, with their chutku stone. And now when Hanuman was walking and then he came to that place and then he saw that chutku with another chutku in the hand. He said, "Hey, hato is it? Hato yahan se. This is more important." So that time, when all that happened, then Lord Ramachandra called Hanuman. Idhar aao. Come, festival of enlightenment. I'll enlighten you, come here. And he took the squirrel also in the hand. This is the photo. He took the squirrel also in the hand. And at that time, Lord made a very wonderful statement. He said, "Hanuman, see, you are working according to your capacity, and I'm pleased with that. And she is working with her capacity, and I'm pleased with that also." And Lord said that I'm satisfied with the service that my devotees render according to their respective capacities. This is how our Lord is. पूरे दुनिया में हम सबको इंप्रेस करते हुए घूम रहे हैं. अरे भाई, उनको इंप्रेस करो जो याद भी रखेंगे हमने क्या किया है. We might forget everything that we have done for the Lord, but Lord will never forget. बताइए, भगवद गीता में 9th chapter श्लोका 26, Krishna is saying, "Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhakta prayachati tadaham bhaktya uparitam ashnami prayatatmanah." So Krishna is saying, अगर कोई मुझे भक्ति से पत्र मीन्स इंग्लिश में बोलिए, पत्र लीफ, पुष्प, फल, तोय, water. If anyone with love and devotion offers me a leaf, a fruit, a flower, or little water, I accept it. Now just imagine, you're married and then your boss comes to your home, and then in a plate you keep one leaf, one fruit, little water, and then you give it to him. क्या लाए हो? What's wrong with you? अरे भगवान satisfied हो रहा, आपको क्या बनाना है, आप ही लीजिए. Do you think that he'll be satisfied? Krishna is satisfied. Krishna is satisfied. Therefore, it's a very, very important thing to note that in this world, all of us might have different capacities and we can have different natures and all that. But when we serve the Lord, according to that capacity, according to that nature, Lord becomes pleased. And you know what? He remembers all the service that we have done. You people might forget. आप लोग कितने बार इस मंदिर में आए? You might forget. You might forget that how many kathas you've attended. अभी तो आपको याद होगा, prabhuji, I've attended 6 sessions, 7 sessions. But say 10 years down the line, if I ask you how many sessions have you attended, तब तक अगर आप आते रहेंगे continuously तो conditions applied. Then if I ask you how many sessions you have attended, oh, to scratch it. I don't know, but Krishna will know. He remembers. Every time when we offer flowers to the Lord, we might forget कौन सा flower कभी offer किया, on which occasion, how many flowers I offered. Krishna remembers. We might forget how many malas we have done in our entire life. So, at the time of death, if we are asked a question, we will say, the Vishnudutas are telling, अगर तुम ठीक ठीक बताओगे कितना माला किए हो तुम, then I'll take you to Vaikuntha. सोचिए ऐसा क्वेश्चन पूछा तो क्या होगा फिर? याद ही नहीं रहेगा, but obvious. We'll not be able to remember. Forget about mala. Krishna remembers every bead that we have chanted. Every bead that we have chanted. Therefore, it is said, therefore I always say that think whom to impress in life. Think whom to serve in life. Yes? Because that personality will remember, better to serve him than serving and impressing people of this world who will anyways not get satisfied and impressed and will forget also. And after that, they'll ask question also. क्या किया तूने मेरे लिए? कुछ भी तो नहीं किया? हट? हाँ यार. That's how it will be. That's how it will be. Therefore, Krishna, he makes a very strong point in Bhagavad Gita. Please repeat. कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफल हेतुर्भूर् मा ते संगस्त्व कर्मणि. Read.
But you are not entitled to the fruits of action. Never consider yourself the cause of the results of your activity, and never be attached to not doing your duty.
So I'm coming to the last point of our discussion. So what are the antidotes that we have discussed? First one, work according to your. Second, work according to your maximum capacity. Third, don't aspire to do others' duty. Fourth, don't try to impress others. Duty is meant for satisfaction of mind. In fact, one point which I want to tell is, you know what? Even if you sit at home, मैं कुछ नहीं करूँगा, मैं केवल भक्ति करूँगा. I can give you in writing, जो आना होगा वो आएगा आपके पास. But since we don't have that much of faith, we have to work. समझ रहे हैं ना? मैं तो एक्सपेरिमेंट मत कीजिए. प्रभुजी मैं 5 दिन अभी पीजी में बैठ रहा हूँ, मैं इसे जप करूंगा. But that will be a test, That will be a test. That will not be out of faith. It will be a test. देखता हूँ टकलू जो बोला सही है कि नहीं. And test. So it will not work. It will not work. Yes. So with faith, when this is the point, this is a fact that is given in the Shastra. जो आना है वो आके रहेगा. Why work so hard? जब ये मैंने पढ़ा तो मैंने डिसाइड कर लिया, अरे छोड़ो यार. But it's a fact. But you know why we are working? We are working for the satisfaction of the mind. क्योंकि अगर faith नहीं है, and if you're not working, if you're not doing some activity according to your nature and capacity, we'll get completely bewildered and mad. So we have to work. There's no option. We have to. Yes. So this is the point that is made, that we work for satisfaction of the mind. And this is the last one for today, the last antidote. So Krishna is saying that you have the right to perform your duty. Many times people chant the first line. देखिए भगवद गीता में क्या है? कर्म करना चाहिए, कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते. उसके आगे का बताइए. वो आगे भी कुछ है क्या? हाँ है. और 3 लाइन है. So it is said you are entitled to do your duty, but you are not entitled to the results of it. What does that mean? It means that the endeavor that I put, please hear this carefully, very, very important. The endeavor that I put is in my hand, but the result of that action is not in my hand. Now, right from childhood, we have been trained to get attached to the result and then do the work. Like for example, मम्मी पापा ने कहा होगा तुम अगर फर्स्ट आओगे तो मैं साइकिल दिलाऊंगा, अगर तुम फर्स्ट आओगे तो मैं आई गिव यू वॉच, एंड दोस किड्स हु फेल द पेरेंट्स, अगर तुम पास हो जाओगे तो आई गिव यू दिस, पेरेंट्स डू अकॉर्डिंगली. So you see, right from start, first the result is shown to us, carrot, and then work. Now tell me one thing. Do we know what result we'll get? Say, I'm doing some work. Say I'm setting up a startup. Now can I tell that I'll give my 100% and I'll become successful? हो सकता है क्या? There's so many people who fail badly. So many people. They fail badly. So results are not in our hand. Now tell me, when the person is very much attached to the result in life, and when he does not get the result, बताओ क्या होगा उसके साथ? Completely dissatisfied, morose, depressed. He'll feel like नहीं करना मुझे कुछ भी. Therefore, in Vedic culture, always the emphasis was given on the endeavor and not the result. So in the Vedic culture, when some work is given, now suppose now when the work is given, they'll ask me, what's in it for me? मुझे क्या मिलेगा? But in the Vedic culture, when the work is given, you know what they will ask? How to do that work in a dharmic way. They'll not ask what will I get from that, but they will say how to do that. This is the question that they will ask. अभी ऐसे नहीं पूछेंगे how to do that. Hook or crook, I'll do it. Tell me what will I get if I complete that. Yes? So one thing is very clear from this shloka. If somehow, this is art by the way, and again, don't go and tell your colleagues and all that, because this will work only for a spiritualist. Why? Because only a spiritualist can implement this. And what is that activity to implement? The activity is, instead of being attached to the result, be attached to the work that you're doing and give your 100% while doing that work. And when you're giving your 100%, be satisfied that you gave your 100%. The result comes, does not come, shouldn't matter. If this state, if we can come to, you know what? Will be blissful. Blissful. But क्या करे? Result चाहिए पहले, बाद में देखेंगे. बाद में देखेंगे what. And you know what? I have seen the training that people have taken, attending our sessions. The ones who are married, having kids and all. When they implement this, one of my very sincere student, he was sharing with me, I'm not aspiring for promotion and this and that. Prabhuji, I'm just giving my 100% in my work. I don't do any time pass. I work, I give my 100%. And I was a bit worried, See, for me, I can implement this. But then when my students implement, थोड़ा डर लगता है, अभी faith से कर रहा है कि नहीं भी कर रहा है. But you know what, he did that, and then after some time he said, Prabhuji, promotion मिल गया मुझे. मैं तो कुछ किया भी नहीं उसके लिए. I got it. And then he said, and then various other updates he gave in 1 year, multiple times, various good things happened in his office, and he shared with me, regarding the hike and whatever. So it's a very important thing to note that when you give your 100 and when you're attached to doing your work and not the result, and when you're satisfied that I gave my 100%, such a person can be peaceful, and only a spiritualist can do this. A person who chants Hare Krishna every day. Why do you think every time I keep asking you all chant? Because you'll be able to implement this. नहीं तो नहीं कर पाएंगे. नहीं तो theory हो जाएगा. Then you say, अरे वो ISKCON वाले ना एकदम impractical बातें करते हैं. कैसे हो जाए? मतलब result नहीं, मतलब दिमाग में रखो और केवल endeavor करो. ये संभव है क्या? ये क्या एकदम hypothetical चीज है? It will remain hypothetical. It will remain imaginative if someone is not doing mantra meditation, not doing bhakti every day. Not possible, right? So this is the fifth one. Be satisfied with the results that you get. So give your 100% when you endeavor. So these are the 5 antidotes for the disease of comparison. अभी आप लोग के ऊपर है कि कितने डोज में लोगे आप लोग and get rid of the disease. First one, work according to your. Second, maximum capacity. Third, others work. Fourth, yes, work is meant for satisfaction of mind and not to prove anything to others or impress others. Next, the last one, be satisfied with the result that is achieved. And all these 5 will be able to implement when you have these three practices every single day done. First two, every day. Third one is weekly. The first two is everyday mantra meditation. How many of you are doing it every day without missing a single day? झूठ नहीं बोलना, दोनों आंख हो जो बजे. Okay. बाकी लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? वड़ा पाव खा रहे घर पे बैठ के, समोसे खा रहे हैं. How much time it takes? 10 minutes. But I tell you, your mind will not allow. Mind will अरे नहीं, वो बाकी लोगों को करने दो, हम नहीं करेंगे. Tell me, what are the reasons for not doing? The ones who didn't raise the hand, बताओ. क्योंकि अभी now today session number क्या था? Session number 7, 8. अभी 4 ही सेशन बचा है लेवल 1 के लिए. बताओ क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो आप लोग? Tell me any reason why you're not able to do? हाँ? Negligence. Yes. ये ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है नहीं, बाद में भी करना है. अभी तो बुढ़ापा तो आया नहीं, तो पूरा क्लास अटेंड करने के बावजूद we'll have this. What else? Lack of intelligence, huh? Okay. Yes, यहाँ बहुत से लोग ने मैं देखा कि हाथ नहीं उठाए थे. हाँ? Why? No, I can help you, so I'm asking. मैं मारने के लिए नहीं पूछ रहा हूँ. प्रभु जी पिटाई कर देंगे अभी सबके सामने. Just to help, huh? What is that? Why you not able to chant every day? Procrastination. बाद में करते हैं. See, हाँ? कीजिए, कोई बात नहीं. No problem. Even if not taken bath, you can just wash your hands, legs, face, and chant. Yes. See, reasons might be many, but you know what? In these reasons, we are just missing out the benefit that we get for our day-to-day life. And today's these 5 points that I have told you will not be able to implement if you are not a regular mantra meditator. Not possible. Second, you will get knowledge from the Shastra. So therefore, reading Bhagavad Gita is very important. This month is the time when Krishna spoke Gita. 22nd of this month is Gita Jayanti. Very, very auspicious day. So if you have not started reading Gita, is the time. The third one is, there's no question of missing this festival of enlightenment. When we come together like this, sit in an atmosphere of temple, and then hear Bhagavad Gita, a lot of difference will be there. A lot of difference. So these 3 things, if you are able to implement regularly, then these 5 things you'll be able to do it for sure. So I open up for questions. Please ask if you have any questions. Correct. Acharya is saying, then what is there? And what do you mean by surrender? Surrender? Now sometimes people are, very taken aback. Surrender karna padega mujhe. What does that mean? Surrender means there are 6 parameters to be implemented. And first 2 are anukulisya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam. It means accepting those things which are favorable to bhakti and rejecting those things which are not favorable to bhakti. That itself is the beginning of surrender. Simple. Like for example, chanting. So when someone accepts chanting and does it sincerely, it means he's on the path of surrender. Yes. Now when someone understands this is not good for my bhakti and he rejects that, he's already an entity who is on the path of surrender. Simple. Other 4 are byproducts, which will come with time, as the faith increases. Yeah. So it is possible, and anyone who surrenders, Krishna is giving promise. 18th chapter, shloka 66. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja am tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma sucha. Krishna is saying, don't worry, ma sucha. Don't worry. If you surrender unto me, I'll take care of all your karma baggage. और क्या चाहिए? Possible? Yeah.
Prabhuji, you said about those 4 Varna divisions like Brahmana and Kshatriya. So, but now Imai Durkheim gave the theory of division of labor, which came after industrialization and Renaissance and all. So now we don't have that watertight compartment. So
Correct.
in these type of situations, how one can identify his nature according to so much different kinds of categories of work available?
Yeah. See, one thing is there. Now, since all boys are sitting here and most of you, will be getting married. Last time also I spoke this point. There's something called as Garbhadan Samskar, that is done. So when the male and female, when they come together, for begetting a child, So before that, they prepare their consciousness on a spiritual platform, and then they unite. It's not just an activity of fun. It's an activity of responsibility, which Shastras talk about. So previously, firstly, there were marriages which were arranged in the Vedic times. Horoscopes were matched. So next session, I'm going to discuss something on horoscope also. Yes. So horoscopes were matched. So it was natural that a Brahmana will get married to a Brahmana. Means same natured person will get married. तो उससे क्या होता था? And they'll prepare their consciousness and do Garbhadan Samskar, and they'll beget a child who will have the same nature. Same Kshatriyas and Kshatriya coming together. Brahmana marrying a Kshatriya was allowed. A Brahmana boy marrying a Kshatriya girl. Something like that. That was allowed. Ulta was not allowed. Due to whatever reasons. Now when all this was followed, then it was proper compartments were there. Brahmana category, Kshatriya category and all that. अभी खिचड़ी हो गया है पूरा. अभी बच्चे पैदा होते हैं, oops, accidental. Now one couple came to me and they said, prabhuji accidental था. मैं बोला अभी भुगतना पड़ेगा ये accident की वजह से. You have to pay heavy price for this accident. Whatever it is. You see, therefore now it's khichdi as you rightly said. We don't have that compartment as such. But surely in the next session also we're going to discuss some aspects of nature. But surely we will have some inclination to work on those specific categories. Naturally, you'll see some people will be inclined to do activities like being a philosopher or reading Shastra, literature on that side. Some people will have natural inclination towards fighting, where he wants to do something for the country, I want to sacrifice myself and do something. वो होगा inclination. Some people will have natural inclination कि मुझे ज़्यादा पैसा कमाना है, business करके. ये गधा मजदूरी नहीं करूँगा मैं किसी के अंदर. और मैं उतना ही time. Now my brother was telling me. So he got a nice job and then he gave me an analysis. He said, see, I'll be investing my time from 9 to 6 in the office. In the same time, if I use for setting up my own firm, I earn much better. Then I was thinking, tu pakka vaishya category hai. You should go ahead. Because that thought process itself is so wonderful. And naturally, and this not everyone will get, this thought process. Not everyone will get, right? So some inclination will be there, and accordingly we should see that some activities in life should be meant for this inclination. बाकी तो ठीक है अभी we are there, the sheep mentality में चल रहा है हमारा सब. But some activities should be there where it satisfies our nature also, right? And that will help to be satisfied. Abhi current khichdi situation. And another very, very important thing is that if there is too much of khichdi, you're not able to understand the inclination पता ही नहीं चल रहा है, मन ही नहीं लग रहा है किसी चीज में. No problem, do devotional service. When you continue doing devotional service, some clarity will emerge. And even if there is no clarity emerging, you see all this nature is on which platform? Material platform. If you advance on the spiritual platform, that will give you full satisfaction. So two pronged things. One is some inclination if you're able to identify, do some activity in your life as a hobby or some work or whatever, get some satisfaction from that. Or second is, everyone should do, second is mandatory. We do devotional service, we do devotional practice and get the satisfaction on spiritual platform, which is common for everyone. Then we can be satisfied. Yeah. Anything else? Yes.
So the question is about karma. Like for example, if there's a boy named X and he has past karma, he did all the bad things in the past life, and that karma is obviously forwarded to the next life. And in this life, he's spiritual, doing bhakti and all, but he'll obviously face the prala because it's fixed, because that karma he has done very bad and this we have to pay. But he don't know why he's getting such things. So I feel like it's kind of unfair because in that life he did all the wrong, and the karma should have been
तभी खत्म कर देना चाहिए था.
Like action should be that, so he knew even like I did this wrong, that's why it happened, and the process that it's forward to the next life, we don't get की cure है. अगर पता हो कि हाँ ये that karma I did wrong and that's why I'm facing this, so that is why.
मैं कल मेल लिखता हूँ भगवान को, ये क्या कर रहे हैं आप, उसी लाइफ में दे दीजिए सब कुछ. You know what? The activities that we do are so abominable. If the same life it is given, the person will not be able to take it. मर जाएगा वो, will not be able to take it. समझ रहे हैं? तो उसको इंस्टॉलमेंट में दिया जाता है. This is one. Actually, it's a fact. Just सोचिए, अगर सपोज इन दिस लाइफ, अभी तो हम सब एकदम शुद्ध है ना, सब बैठे एकदम बचपन से शुद्धता मेंटेन किए. जस्ट इमेजिन इफ दिस लाइफ, वॉट एवर सिंस वी हैव डन, फॉर ऑल दैट इफ द रिएक्शन इज गिवन नाउ, अगर अभी से चालू हो जाए, नो द maybe the pain will be so much that the person will commit suicide. बोले नहीं चाहिए मुझे ये, I cannot take it. So always remember one thing: when some system is made by the Lord, it's for our benefit only, for sure. And regarding I don't know मैंने क्या किया, ऐसे ही बच्चे भी बोलते हैं ना, जैसे small kid when we were kids, and when relatives and all come and they say, पता है तूने बचपन में ऐसे किया था, and we are like, say it's an embarrassing thing, तू नंगा यहाँ घुमा वहाँ घुमा, and we're like, नहीं मैंने तो नहीं हमने देखा है. Now they are saying हमने देखा है, right? So similarly, when it comes to us, whatever activities we have done, there are 13 witnesses, including the Paramatma. They have seen, they have recorded. Yes. And then we have to face the repercussion that is there. Therefore, this question becomes valid for those people who are not spiritualist. वो पूछते रह जाएंगे, आंसर मिलेगा नहीं, अभी मर जाएंगे वो, फिर नेक्स्ट लाइफ पूछेंगे. बट अ स्पिरिचुअलिस्ट इज द वन हु टेक्स रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ हिज लाइफ. हाँ मैंने किया, मैं भुगतूंगा, कोई बात नहीं. एंड व्हेन अ पर्सन in our level 2 session we'll discuss this, when a person goes intense in his bhakti, so this bhakti acts like fire, and all the sins which are there, they're like the huge mountain of cotton. So this fire, एक चिंगारी काफी उसको पूरा भस्म करने के. That's what happens, right? Therefore, if you are really interested, to get rid of the entire sinful quota that we have, one has to go deep in bhakti. Simple. Become intense in bhakti, than thinking about writing a mail to the Lord. Make sense? Yeah. And another thing is also, जैसे आपने कहा अगर मुझे पता होता तो अच्छा होता. पता होता तो भी क्या? Just imagine that I have murdered someone in the past. किया होगा, सब लोग ने किया होगा. We have taken so many lives in this world. Say I have murdered someone, and then I'm suffering like anything, and say I'm not a spiritualist, I'm not a spiritual person, I'll not be able to take it. बोले फिर ये क्वेश्चन आएगा कि तभी मर्डर किया था ना मैंने, तो अभी क्यों मिल रहा है? Why am I suffering now? अरे but we're getting it in installments so that we can take it and purify ourselves. अगर एक टाइम में दिया, गंदा वाला purification हो जाएगा एकदम. We have to suffer like anything. Therefore, sometimes, when devotees are very intense. I remember I was in Govardhan. हम परिक्रमा जस्ट चालू किए थे, तो एक मंदिर में गए, just besides कुसुम सरोवर, राधा बन बिहारी मंदिर. So there I had gone, and then there was a Mataji was the pujari there, and then she asked me, so I said, please pray for me. मैंने कहा, please pray for me. Then Mataji said, so Prabhu, what should I pray for you? A foreigner lady was worshipping there. Prabhu, what should I pray for you? And I said, Mataji, I want to attain Krishna this very life. Now, many lifetimes when I have been here, now I have to attain Krishna this very life. पता है वो क्या बोली मुझे? Prabhu, are you sure? Are you sure what you are asking? You are asking for full purification. Are you sure? Are you ready to pay the price for it? पता नहीं उस टाइम पे जोश आया था तो बोला, I'll do it. I said, yes, Mataji, yes. So actually it's a thing. So only a spiritualist, like all of us, if we continue practicing spirituality, we'll be able to take it. Otherwise we cannot take. And a very important thing, for a spiritualist, Lord gives us he'll give a token of that suffering. He'll give a token. Yes. Because he's seeing that, we all are getting closer to him. So he'll just give a token of it. But for ordinary people who are busy doing sense gratification and not inclined to do bhakti, they are the ones, who have to get the loads of it, not a token. Loads of it. Yeah. Okay, anything else?
ये सारे पाप और पुण्य का जो लेखा जोखा होता है वो तो मृत्यु के बाद स्वर्ग नरक में मिल जाता है. हम लोग तो पैदा होते हैं जीरो के साथ.
See, one thing is there. Who will go to heaven and who will go to hell? No one asked me during karma session. Who will go to heaven, who will go to hell, and who will take birth here? That's a very important thing to understand. So I always give this understanding on a theoretical platform, because karma is a very complicated subject matter. So say I have got punya which is beyond this level. So I'll go to Swarga. and say I've got papa below this, means I've got very heavy papa, I'll go to Naraka and suffer. And if I'm there in between the two, I'll take birth here in this planet. Just for analysis purpose, I'm telling you. Now what happens when I go to Swarga? When I go to Swarga, I'll enjoy. Ramba, Urvashi, Mini, everyone is dancing and everyone batke, and the punya goes on reducing. Okay, so there is no suffering in Swarga. So only enjoyment in Swarga. So now when the punya goes on reducing and your punya comes to this bracket, we'll take birth here in this planet. Okay? And in Naraka what happens is, in Naraka the person suffers like anything. But only suffering, there is no enjoyment there. इतनी पिटाई होती है, इतनी पिटाई होती है. सुनना चाहोगे आप? कितनी पिटाई होती है? और किस चीज के लिए क्या पिटाई होती है? It's given. 5th canto, last chapter, श्रीमद् भागवतम, clearly given. क्या करने से कौन से नरक में जाके कैसे आपको तला जाएगा. So only suffering. Now when my papa reduces and comes in this bracket, I'll take birth in this planet. समझ रहे? And I'll suffer in this planet or enjoy this planet, because इस planet पे we have both enjoyment and suffering. So that's how the cycle of birth and death happens. So when I'm born, I'm not nil. I've got this quota that is there. So I've taken birth on this planet. And now whatever activities I'm doing in this world, that will add on to more papa and punya, and that will decide. Bracket में रहेंगे, ऊपर जाएंगे, नीचे जाएंगे, क्या करेंगे? या पूरा break करके वैकुंठ जाएंगे. Right? So this is the thing, karma session. Okay, thank you. We'll take questions. Now it's already 7:40. We'll do mantra meditation. You can ask me questions after. Yes, everyone stand up and take the beats. So we'll do mantra meditation now. Distribute fast. All the ones who have the beads, you can settle down. Volume. Okay, everyone settle. How many of you come for the first time? Raise your hands. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Give me beads. Hari will give. See, this is how you chant. You hold the beads like this in the hand without touching the index finger. And this bead with the feather will move towards you like this. Huh? Simple. And on every bead, we will be chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Then go to the next beat, like that. Yes? On, eh? Yes, everyone, please close your eyes. So let's prepare our mind for the mantra meditation. I hope everyone is settled. You have the beads in your hand. You can just relax. And tell your mind, this is the most important activity. The activity of spiritual life. The activity of spiritual life. And tell your mind, only once in a week I get the opportunity to sit with 100 spiritualists and do mantra meditation. Now don't disturb me. And it's just 10 minutes activity. Just 10 minutes. So tell your mind, 10 minutes, I don't want to do anything else apart from chanting. For next 10 minutes, the only thing that we'll be doing is we'll chant clearly, we will hear attentively, and move the beads gently. These are the three things that we'll be doing. That's it. No need to imagine. And I request, don't get into planning what next, what before, etc., etc. And this activity is so powerful, it leads to that complete satisfaction. Doesn't matter you know your nature, you don't know your nature, you're stuck, you're in the soup, it doesn't matter. But if you're there on the spiritual platform by doing this activity, you'll be satisfied. So be conscious of the place that you're sitting in, you're in a temple. Be conscious of the sacred beads that you're holding. And be conscious of the rare opportunity that we get only once in a week. And it's an activity of only 10 minutes. With full focus, try your best to hear one mantra. If you're able to hear one mantra, chant one mantra clearly, and hear one mantra attentively out of 108 times, you are successful. Your mantra meditation is successful. If you can just hear one, that's it. So try your best to hear one mantra clearly. Let's begin, everyone. Let's chant the invocation prayer. Please repeat after me. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So everyone, for next 10 minutes, chant clearly, hear attentively, and move the beads gently. Just you and the mantra for next 10 minutes. Don't allow your mind to distract you. Only one mantra. Try your best to hear one mantra clearly. Let's begin, everyone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.